Okay, I share dekat slide option for number 9 if you need help because apa Raj kata dia tak tahu kan, right? So I share you the option so it's either A, B, C, D. If you already know the answer, no need to check lah, right? You just verify your answer tu ada tak dalam option. Okay. So kalau apa, kalau tak ada, kalau your answer tak ada dalam option, then you kena betulkan lah. Cinta Okay. Alright. So a little bit explanation. These questions we try to do it every Friday lah. So I think macam you guys saturated kan kalau buat banyak sangat practical. So we try to do a little bit theory check on Friday as well, so that balance lah theory and practical. So I want to explain to you that the book that I shared with you yesterday, right? The book that I shared with you yesterday is actually this one. This one. I try to follow this so that if you are interested, right? If you are interested, you can get yourself certified, right? You can get yourself certified. Normally can for mobile app development, for example, at the moment only Google have. So Google call it associate certified Android associate certified developer. Android associate developer. Right. So Google has this certification, right, which is called Android associate developers. Oh, cannot see my screen, so let me try one more time. Okay, can see now. So this is by Google. All right, so this is the official examination by Google. So dia terbahagi kepada dua, alright. It's either you want to do on Kotlin or you want to do on Java, alright. So this is whatever that I explained to you on the first week is essential, right? On the first week when I explain to you, I start with explaining to you about native and hybrid and native and cross-platform. Kan under native we talk about iOS and Android, and under Android we talk about Kotlin and Java. Now everything start to make sense already. Alright, so if you want to get a certification by somebody that is recognized in the world, Google has it, but Google only have the one that we call for the native Android, or native Android. So other than that, alright, other than that, because other than that, you have TensorFlow, right? This is nothing to do with TensorFlow is for machine learning. This is for cloud, Google Cloud, but unfortunately, I didn't teach you Google Cloud because I'm not a professional for Google Cloud. I know AWS, right, but I don't know Google Cloud that much. And there's another one which is web as well. Right? I think there's another one which is Google Web Certification, right? Google Web Certified Developer or something. Alright, so there's another one which is Google Certified but for web. Tapi macam tak ada. Alright, so let's see. So you have Google Play Listing Certificate, Associate Android TensorFlow, Cloud. I don't think it has it, but last time they used to have a web certified developer, right? If kalau tak ada tu maybe dah tak ada lah, right? So maybe because I check it last year. Now we are on New Year. So kalau tak ada tu maybe tak ada, right? So that is the one that is official by Google, right? And I think that one day because Flutter, as I mentioned, is by Google, right? So I think one day Flutter certified developer will be there, right? So I think akan ada lah, right? But not immediately or something. Maybe next year ke or something. They might be there, right? So that's for native, right? But then other than that, you have this thing which is called the unofficial one. But even the unofficial one is still recognized. It's still recognized lah because do you know when do you need this certificate? This kind of certificate kan normally you need for tender tau, right? Macam you have a tender for a government tender or you do project for somebody kan, sometimes inside the tender is written there, alright, at least the developer need to be certified. Dia akan cakap at least you have to certified developer, but they never tell you what certification that they need. Macam project manager, maybe they say lah, at least one project manager need to be certified with project management methodology, right? They never specify PMP ke Scrum or anything, but normally it's written that way on tender and especially government tender. Same thing as well with the developer, right? So if you're working, if you're trying to tender something, and they will write there at least one developer certified with development, one developer certified with cloud computing, right? But they never specify which one. So this is where normally certification is important, right? To look for a job is of one thing, but normally it's not your responsibility lah to pay for the exam course or something. If you want can for yourself, but normally people use it is normally when tender, especially for government project, right? Kalau ada government project, they will look at it. Right. So in case it happened to you, right, you work or and then your company is tendering for something, or you want to create your own company and then you want to tender for something, there is another. You might heard about the person view, right? Person view ni is actually another certification body, all right? It's computer based, all right? It's not by Google, all right? But it's also recognized, right? It's also recognized as a certification body, all right? So normally the question is ABCD, all right? Normally the question is ABCD. So under person view, then you have a lot of exam. Let's see, project management. Project management. Right. So PMI also is actually managed by project. PMI is project management, all right? It's also organized by person view, all right? So, and then Android, all right? So Android also have, all right, ATC, and we have Flutter, right? And then Flutter confirm have, right? Flutter. I think it's new, it's not updated. But there is another exam also, which is called Flutter ATC, and then we try to do it every week lah. So we try to do it the type of question. Some more if you do now, then it's $100 USD instead of 150. So if you need to get yourself certified, right? Normally there are two reasons lah. One is for yourself to get for job, but normally if you have project also is sufficient. Right? No need to take an exam. But number two, especially if your company, right, need to send tender, government tender, or kadang-kadang macam TM, GLC tenders kan, they always say that, right, in the team you need to have people like this, right? So in case that happens, right, you can get yourself certified for Flutter certified application developer. Right? And then this is the guidebook for the exam. Right? This is the guidebook. So that's why I share it with you. So I try to follow this a little bit. I try to follow the structure a little bit. And the question that you get is actually some of the questions, sample questions that are coming from the exam. So you see, kalau you dapat 7 ke 10, right? The passing mark I think is 70. Right? The passing mark, if I'm not mistaken, is 70. So kalau you dapat 70, okay. Sir, Flutter can use for iOS? Well, actually you have a question. You have a question there. Lepas kita tengok. I think ada satu soalan kan. So kita tengok, right? That's the definition of cross-platform, right? You try to remember back the slide. I think let's refer back to the slide that we have a look yesterday.
Cikgu. For the Google Developer certification tu, dia is it like self-study or is it like more to like something like Coursera punya ke?
Okay, yang for Google one, okay, for Flutter the one that we did is ABCD, but for the Google one dia ada 3 benda. It's not self-study. It cannot be self-study. Alright. Macam AWS semua tu can self-study, confirm. Alright. You tengok. But for the Google one cannot. Why? At least need to be a developer for 6 to 1 year. That's my opinion. Because the question dia ada 3. The first one, you get a code, and that code is broken, and they will ask you to fix the code. So the Google one is very hands-on. Number 2 is they will give you a scenario, and that scenario they will ask you to create an app. Kan sometimes I give you kan screenshot, 2 screenshot, create that app based on this screenshot. So that's how it will happen on the Google one. And number 3, they will give you a scenario and you need to create a test case. So there's another topic which is creating a test case programmatically. So the format is like that. So it's kan kadang-kadang I give you screenshot tu yang okay do this app, but after this I will give you the 2 screenshots. So the one that I give to you is the one that I will give to you after this is how normally Google exam will be. So you have to create an app. Jadi 3 benda. And all of these things, you tengoklah kadang-kadang I give you exercise, I ask you to do in 2 hours, 3 hours. But in Google one, the 3 question is 8 hours. Alright, you can screen share lah benda semua. They will put a monitoring system semua kan to show your screen. So the entire thing will be 8 hours, and then you have to turn on your camera and everything. So tak boleh lah tiba-tiba kan you panggil I kan, you bayar I 500 jawab kat exam. Cannot, because the thing need to be open. So is the exam paid? Normally paid. So the exam is normally paid. So again, if you want it for yourself, then you pay. But normally, because the importance is for the company. So normally company will pay for you, for yourself lah. So if you want it for yourself to look for job, then you pay. But normally, other than looking for job, the only significant thing why we need a certification is so that we can send kita boleh hantar proposal to tender. So it benefits more the company than the employee itself. So you check if your company has training. Okay, now I think macam Raj dah ada kerja kan. So you check the training policy in your company, right? So because normally also company yang lebih 9 dia bayar HRDF, and then HRDF you can attend exam kan. So go to an exam, go to training, alright, that can get yourself certified. Alang-alang kan, let's say that kalau dekat Astro dulu, when I was in Astro, actually the manager KPI is for the subordinate to go for training. So kalau tak pergi training, then the manager KPI will be affected. So you check if you are you check. Sebab I rasa Raj, you come here by your own money, so your company doesn't pay. So but normally company yang 9 orang ke atas kan, normally company yang 9 orang ke atas, they have to contribute to HRDF fund, and then from the HRDF fund you can go for training. So for ni, okay. So for yang soalan ni kan, if you are a self-study kan, I think portfolio is more important. Right, so macam ni kan, tadi kan, let's say that you self-study, you want to go for interview or something kan, even if you don't have certification, okay, But if not, you just show these are all my projects. Right, project one, week one, I do the movie apps and everything. That matter as well. The thing that you put on GitHub also is matters than the certification. So it's equally important, yeah. It's equally important. Kalau tak ada tu, but if you have a GitHub profile, then ni, I tell you, I always say this when I give a talk. When I get a resume kan, kadang-kadang I get a resume, I get a CV kan, one out of 10 will put GitHub link on the CV. So if you are the one that put the GitHub link, so your chance to get hired is to get called to interview is even higher than the other 9. So one of it, and then if your CV is good, right, then of course your chance will be higher lah, right? If your chance will be higher. Okay, tengok Walid kan, for example, Walid is a if you guys know him, he started with us as well kan. So tengok his this kind of profile. He started with us lah, right? He started with macam you all kan. I think you some of we had class together last time kan, to all the things that so this is the kind of GitHub that people will hire lah, right? People will hire. Mana je punya? I'm not looking at it. I don't want to look at the picture. I want to look at the yang hijau-hijau tu. To say all this is confirm. So he started like you guys as well, right? He started like you guys, but see all the things that he has done. All right. So this is more important than taking the exam. Right, normally people like this will be able to take it. Some more, don't forget about the thing that I mentioned last time. All right, we also have the internal Malaysia exam, right, under DKM and everything. The one that I always talk about this kind. So the DKM one, the way they take the exam is the same thing as Google, right? Which means that you will have 3 hours. You will have 2-3 screenshots, right? 2-3 screenshots. You have to build it from scratch within 3 hours using any language. That's DKM lagi best, using any language. So if you know, if you're comfortable with Flutter, you answer in Flutter. If you're comfortable with reactnative, you answer in reactnative. If you're comfortable with Android, then you answer in Android. So that's the because for DKM, kita judge, we judge it as kemahiran membina mobile apps, right? You know how to build a mobile app. We don't judge the technology, we judge you are able to build a mobile app. So that's the difference between DKM. So these are the things, these are the things that you need to know lah if you want to get yourself certified. Yang DKM, that's why if you want to know, normally at the end of the course I will remind you about DKM as well, because I just saw just now the government give incentive again. So if government give incentive, we normally will offer lah. Our company will offer for those who want to get certified. We will normally offer. Kalau tak ada incentive, we will not offer because we don't want to take money from you. But if government give incentive, then we don't take money from you. We take the money from the government.
Cikgu, one thing, maybe this is like sikit like not related. Kalau kita nak dapatkan, let's say like a particular job from the US based or Europe based, like remote work, like dia ada requirement ke? So like any requirement in terms of certification and also any requirement in terms of years of working. Apa dia, how to like land a job like that, sir?
Okay, for US based, because one of my old intern, dia pernah buat the same thing. The first thing that they will do is they will ask you the data structure and algorithm. That's confirmed. Alright, before even it. So data structure and algorithm is the one that I always do on module 1. If you know, right, website like Turing, I think. Okay, if you know, right, a lot of website like this kan. Last time, if I'm not mistaken, dia adalah banyak there are a lot of this kind of website. So my ex-interns 3 or 4 years ago, he actually applied for job in he's not even a job. He applied for internship program in Germany, right? So I recommend him to go to Germany, and he applied for it. So the first thing that he has to do is he has to answer this kind of questions. So that's very that's very typical for an overseas company. So if you aim for that, the first thing that you need to improve is the skills that we did in module 1. We only do small things. We only do like kind of all the Fibonacci semua tu kan. That's actually a subset. If you really want to practice, then you have to go to HackerRank. Right? If you go to HackerRank, all right, so then you really see the kind of questions that we come out. So we do a little bit. Yang betul-betul punya is like HackerRank and everything. Macam my ex intern tu, dia ada 3 soalan, right? The first, he got 2 out of 3 because after that he get the answer right away. The second answer, the one that he got wrong, right? The one that he got wrong, actually the answer is correct. All right, so the answer is correct. But inside the questions, they ask about optimization. So it's not only about coding, it's about optimization. Unfortunately, we did not cover a lot on optimization together, right? When we did module 1, the objective is for you to be able to create the code, and there is another second part which is called optimization. Optimization normally if you want to Google the video or something, if you want to know the kind of questions, it's actually big O notation. So if you want to know, right, about dengan,
so you want to be a software engineer.
So the one yang dia tak dapat jawab tu, the answer is correct tau. The answer is correct. But dekat dalam soalan tu dia ada cakap, please make sure that the solution is run within 1 millisecond. So he got the answer correct, but it was not optimized enough so that it ran under 1 milliseconds. That's the reason why he got the second question wrong, right? So that's normally the first thing that people oversee remote will do, right? They will ask that kind of questions. Then only they will look at portfolio and everything. And then if you see, can, for example, Google interview questions, right? You can see things like this at Google. So you can see some simple questions, right? So most of the company they do like this. Right? So you can okay, just ni lah.
Here's a coding interview question from Google.
We can yeah, of course lah, of course lah. I was very ambitious showing you Google example, but if you go for other questions, other company also normally is not lebih kurang lah, soalannya lebih kurang, right? It might be easier, but the type of questions is almost the same. And then there's another one I think that you can have a look at system design interview, right? So if there macam there are this kind of question as well that they
I would like you to design a reservation and payment system for
so yang ini lebih pada ni lah, right? So this is database design and everything. Then only baru dia tengok you punya portfolio. So number 1, they check your data structure and algorithm. But we didn't do data structure and algorithm. We never do together. We never do together. We only do the algorithm part, alright. But there's a data structure part that we didn't do together in class. Alright. And then number two is then they will ask you maybe whiteboard exam like that, right? Macam tadi kan, the one Google. Then they maybe ask you system design. Then only they will look at portfolio and everything. But overseas company, dia memang pentingkan all the data structure part. Okay, so let's try to answer these questions together. All right, so this is from Flutter etc just now. So this is configuration and basic UI. So yesterday we did whatever that we did is called basic UI. So text field widget allows app user to type into an app, true or false. This one we have done together. True. So text field, the one that we did together. Text field. All right. So number 2 we have not done together, but you have done button. So whatever that applied to a button will apply to all other buttons. All right. So this one we're talking about floating action button. The following code is used to add a floating action button to a Flutter app interface. Which of the following functions or method can be used to add an action to this button if the user taps on the button. So you have seen button yesterday. So when you do button, you will do on press, right? So the answer for this one is on press, not go to. I think it's logic lah. On if I put on click there, it might be confusing, all right? But luckily, I don't put on click there. So the answer is on press. Okay, number 3. When you create a Flutter app, you need to configure a lot of widgets and change their format, right? You don't need to create everything from scratch. You can easily add the scaffold class or widget to your app. This class implement the basic material design visual layout structure for your app. So the answer is true, right? So okay, I will take one step back to explain to you what is material design. So dekat dalam, I think I already explained, right? I'm not sure I already explained or not because I sometimes in the morning also I have class. Kadang-kadang I cakap pagi I lupa, or cakap pagi ke malam. But I think I just talk about this recently. So kalau ni kan dari mazhab, I'm not sure if you know mazhab or school, right? Kalau ni macam school lah, right? School of macam Muslim, there is a school of Muslim, kan? Muslim ada 4 schools, right? Hanafi, Syafi'i, right? So that's mazhab, right? So then if I think Christian also have last masa I pergi France last week, we were talking about this kind of thing, which got Protestant, Catholic, Orthodox. So that's the school. So in design also they have schools. The first schools is what they call the material design. So if you know the material design is actually by Google, right? So this is the first school, which is material design. All right. So that's where the questions come from, all right? So you can easily add a scaffold class or widget to your app. This class implement the basic material design visual layout. So when you do scaffold, it's actually based on material design. So the answer here is true, right? The answer is true. Other than material design, there is another school, all right, school of belief, which is called the flat UI. So the flat UI is actually by Mr. iOS. So you have material by Google, and then flat is by iOS. And this normally they will describe in iOS human interface guideline. Right, so dalam information they focus on flat UI. If you remember, kan, right? If you remember iOS 4, right? iOS 4. If you remember, kan, dulu everything is not flat, tau. Right? If you remember the old app like this, kan, everything is not flat. Dia macam timbul, right? Even the thing timbul, and this is like old design, all right? All timbul, dia macam timbul a little bit. So this is the old, all right? This is the old design of iOS. App pun dia macam timbul, right? Again, dia macam timbul. The button looks timbul. Until I can't remember which OS, all right? So they decide, no, this is not how it should be done. It should be flat. So one of the OS they changed from button yang timbul, all right, to something that is flat, all right? And that I think is almost the same as material. So if you're talking about flat UI, all right, so inside Flutter also there is another design, but normally I will only focus on material. This design is called Cupertino, all right? So if you want to do something that is flat, all right, something that macam iOS and everything, so you're going to use Cupertino widget, all right? So the Cupertino is actually for iOS. Material scaffold is actually for Android, right? So this is just to add lah, right? To add notes. So scaffold, right, is material design, all right, and then you have Cupertino, all right, iOS/flat UI, all right? So you know what is Cupertino? Do you tahu kan apa benda? Do you know what Cupertino is? Cupertino is actually a city in California. Dekat sini lah, iOS is actually inside Cupertino. So that's the reason why it's called Cupertino. It's actually the city where iOS office, Apple headquarters, right? Apple headquarters is actually in Cupertino. So that's why they call it Cupertino. Okay, so that's for number 3 and a little bit explanation lah about design guideline. All right, this one you have not done, but it's not the questions. It's not the checks. The question is not about checks about group, right? The question is about this configuration file. Right, so to configure a checkbox groups or a radio button group in a Flutter app, first you should set the configuration file, which is illustrated in the image of the question. So it's not about the checkbox. Yesterday we did it with Flutter box. Now the question is about group buttons. All right, the question is what is the name of this? I think the question pun tak ada kan. So what is the name of this file? All right, the name of this file is pubspec.yaml. Right, if you remember, pubspec.yaml is the configuration file of a Flutter application. So the answer for this is C. Okay, number 5. Which of the following property? Alright, so yes, actually kita tengoklah apa yang kita buat together, right? So the answer is something that we did yesterday. And then we did it fighting for the input hint, right? The hint. Which of the following properties should you use to add a label, icon, and an inline hint? Right? So yesterday we did it with hint, input decoration to the text field widget. So the answer is input decoration. Right? I already tell you the answer. The answer is input decoration, and then you put hint kan? Inside the input decoration, text decoration, and then we put a hint. Alright, this is configuration questions. Alright, so we did this together yesterday. So if you install the Flutter SDK on your computer and configure it as a plugin for Android Studio or other IDE software, Android Studio will be able to create Flutter apps. Of course, the answer is true. Alright, so but be careful on this kind of questions. It will be true. It will be true only to 2 IDE. Alright, so if they put there Android Studio, yes. If they put there Visual Studio Code, yes, right? But let's say that the question is to install, right? If let's say that the question is diubah, if you install the Flutter SDK on your computer and configure it as a plugin for Xcode, Xcode will be able to create Flutter. Then the answer is wrong, right? Because only 2, right? Ini yang tadi yesterday we did it as well. Only 2 IDE that are able to run Flutter SDK, which is Android Studio and Visual Studio Code, right? If I put Sublime tak boleh lah, right? If I put Sublime pun tak boleh, right? It is only these 2 things. But the question ni macam ambiguous lah, right? Another idea, but normally only 2 yang boleh. Okay, this ni yang kita buat last kali, right? To add size, right? So this widget is used to wrap a column, row, container, or other widgets. This widget adds a filling size around the child widget. Actually, the answer is dia ni lah menambah ruang. I think Raj mungkin dia ni kan actually menambah ruang or distance a little bit, right? Which of the following term is the definition for? Right. So if you're talking about ruang, there are only 2 things. One is padding, another one is size box, right? One is padding, one is margin. So for padding, you use padding. For the second one, you use margin, size box. All right. So this one, if you remember, the last thing that we did is we wrap our center. Did you know? So we wrap our column, right? Because yesterday the last ini yang we have is a column. So we wrap our column into a padding. All right. So this answer is padding. I think this is the question that this is what inspired this is what inspired soalan K7 tadi, and you will get the answer now, right? So if you want to create a Flutter app using a Mac computer, you need to install Android Studio or another IDE software, and another prerequisite, software Flutter SDK, right? However, you can test your Flutter app using an iPhone emulator only. So the answer is false, but because as you see, I'm on Mac, I can use iPhone, I can use Android, and I can use the device as well, right? So that's the reason why the answer is false. So if you use Flutter, all right, and you have a PC, you can only use Android emulator or Android device. Alright, so this is how, yeah. So ni ini tu. So if you have a PC, then you can only do this. But if you have a Mac, you can use iOS emulator. Alright, iOS device, Android emulator, and Android device. And to answer to your question, Kesavan, if you want to do the app in iOS, you need to have a Mac. But there's one thing that I need to tell you as well. You can code on PC, or you can code on PC, and then if you want to submit to iOS, and we will learn about submission in this module as well, not in this module. When you use Flutter app, at the end we will do submission. But if you want to publish in App Store, then you need to have a Mac. So what I want you to do, what I want to tell you, let's say that you develop, you dah code, you try, right, done. Google Play okay. Alright, you kan, we learned about development time as well. So let's say that 2 bulan you buat, okay, Google Play dah okay. You only need to find a Mac for like 1 week, alright, to test, alright, and then to submit. Alright, so ini lah, mungkin you tak perlu beli, alright, mungkin you just need to pinjam of somebody. Kan, you pinjam lah seminggu, and just to submit it. And there is one place that you can pinjam that I will tell you as well, which is called Mac in Cloud. So this is an option that you can do as well lah. If nanti you tengok lah, right? Kalau if you want to submit, if you need, you can also use either you buy a Mac or you pinjam somebody Mac. But kalau tak ada, you can use Mac on Cloud. So Mac on Cloud is actually a cloud platform. Dah naik harga, sorry. So last time it was $1, right? Last time it was $1 per day. Now it's $4 per day. All right. So that will allow you to rent a cloud on a Mac cloud. Yeah.
So in this situation, can I use the iPhone as an emulator? Cannot.
This one you can use iPhone emulator. So you punya PC, you connect to Mac to this Mac on cloud. Then inside that, then you can create an emulator. iPhone tak silap I tak boleh, because kan kita cucuk. Actually we cucuk on our PC, but actually you are not connecting to, it's not connecting to your PC. The PC is actually in the cloud kan.
Yeah.
iPhone tak boleh, but to run it on iOS emulator can, if you use this Mac in cloud.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Dia bukanlah tak boleh, alright. Actually there are two. Nanti you akan belajar lah. There is one way that you cucuk a little bit right away and then it runs. Another one is you have to build APK, and you build APK. So actually can, but you have to build APK. In iOS it's called IPA. So I will just put it there as well, because this is some of the questions that will come out for ni as well lah, for SLDN. So APK is for Android, alright. So iOS, IPA is for iOS. Okay, so the answer just now the answer is false. Why is false is because not only if you have a Mac you can run on this form. Not only because the question is iPhone simulator only. Okay, 2 more questions, and then after this I think macam dah terlambat sikit tu maghrib. So 2 more questions. I will just make it short. The widget helps you to have a specific width and height between widgets. Which of the following terms of this definition for? I rasa saya silap lah. Sorry. I think I got it wrong. I terbagi option yang salah because I was looking. So bila I think about it, so this one is actually size box. Alright, this one is actually size box. So sorry for giving you a wrong option, but I think I nampak tadi somebody write size box already. So the answer is size box. I tersilap copy paste. I copy paste this answer instead of but I saw somebody write size box. So this one kira bonus mark lah, because if you tadi you jawab size box, you tukar padding, but your size box answer was correct. Yeah? So between UI element is always the definition of margin. Distance between UI element. All right. So that's the definition of margin. When you translate it into Flutter, then margin becomes size box, right? So the distance between UI element, the distance between size box, right? Margin becomes size box. Okay, last kali, right? So if, right, you need to know this, right? So kejap lagi kita akan break, but you try to remember this as well. This is part of the chapter 1 to 4 that I asked you to read as well. So this is the name of all the. This is the name, right, of all the the icon. You have run, all right. You have debug. Debug is actually you can stop at particular line. This is run with coverage. This is relating to text script. Actually, this one you tak payah tahu pun tak apa. Right. So run is important. Debug is hot reload. Right. Hot reload means it does not stop. It is just refreshing the page. That's what hot reload is. Right. Attach, if I'm this one I can't remember what attach is. This is SDK manager, right? This is AVD manager, right? This is AVD manager. So before we go for break, 3 minutes, give me 3 minutes a little bit. So inside Android Studio, all right, inside Android Studio, I think it is important for you to know, all right, 2 things at least. Kasavan tadi he has a session with me at 3 p.m. because I don't know, yeah, I think some of you installation kan kadang-kadang ada problem. I think you saw me opening these 2 things, right? You saw me open these 2 things. The first one is whenever there is a virtual device problem. Right? When there is a virtual device problem, I opened AVD manager, right? And Android virtual device manager, which is the one that I say I cakap kan yang gambar robot tu, yang gambar robot. So the gambar robot is actually an AVD manager. Alright. So whenever we have some problem that's related to emulator, alright, normally is AVD manager, Android virtual device. The other one is SDK manager, which is this one, alright. Biasanya you akan nampak kadang sebab I pun kadang-kadang confused with the icon. You will see that I open here tools and then SDK manager, right? So tools and SDK manager. And then you nampak lah I tekan ni, but in the end kan I don't want you to pening, alright. I tak nak peningkan kepala you. And then I will always say, macam tadi pun I had a session with Kesavan. I think the last thing that I said is because installation, right? Installation not complete. So kadang-kadang there is an installation that is not complete, alright. So they actually ada benda tak cukup lah install. I think it happens to Diana juga kot kan, if I remember Kesavan Diana. Ada benda yang tak cukup, we need to install this, Actually this is by experience lah. Masa I belajar mula-mula dulu, alright, 2010 also I don't know. Right, my lecturer will come here next to me and help me with installation. So it's okay. By experience, you know what you need to install. Alright, kadang-kadang pun I Google juga. So sometimes they will ask you install. Actually kan, you kata let's say for example kan, you said that hari tu kan kita install Q, right? But suddenly kan you decide you want to install R, right? You want to install R because ni kan. Then installation adalah benda tak cukup, right? There are things that is not enough. Then you might need to install R here, right? So you just do here and then you press next. Or maybe kan somebody come, right? Actually it's happened in Astro juga tau. The CEO is using old version of Android. Then we have to check, dia kata CEO punya phone ada problem lah. Then we have to install the CEO punya version, right? We need to install 4.4 to make sure that, to check kenapa ada problem with 4.4. Alright, so if that kind of thing happens, this is where normally we will install it. So SDK manager is actually where you install things, right, to help you with development. Right, so check emulator, these are all. If you want to run online, offline, then this is where now. So bila cakap ada benda tak cukup, normally you will see me opening this part. Right, so that's 2 things, this one, and then you have the play just now, debug, and this is a hot reload. Actually, I also. This is if you link to a device, right? If you connect to a device. Okay, so it's already 7:45. I will stop now. Okay, I will not open for Q&A. If you have a question, you PM me. Alright, if you have a question, you PM me so that myself and Diana can go Maghrib. If you have a question, you PM me. We take around. We take a 20 sampai 8:10. Alright, but I want you to create a new project at the same time. Alright, so by 8:10 you already have this project which is called BMI calculator. Alright, so BMI calculator. So maybe semayang makan 15 to 20 minutes and then take 5 minutes to create this project which is called BMI calculator. Right, and then after that The UI is actually on this slide, all right? The UI that we need. So today, exercise, today buat exercise again, the UI is already shared in this slide and in this page, all right? Tutup the answer a little bit. Okay, so kita tak buang masa lagi, not buang masa because I think I terlambat sikit to maghrib. Just we see 8.10. I see you at 8.10. If you have any question, you can PM ya. If you have any question, you PM me.
Sorry, sir. I think it's a wrong window.
Okay, wrong window. All right, thank you. All right. I don't know. I think maybe I was talking to you alone.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah, okay. Why I didn't narrate that. So create a new project, siap because you know it takes a while for you to create a project. And then call it BMI calculator. And then if you want to think, right, this is macam I cakap, this is like your practice exam. If you want to take this certification, these are the kind of thing that you will get. So the one that I shared with you is the kind of thing that you will get. Okay. Alright. So today ni today exercise dia macam last week lah. You try to do it. Cuma last week Diana I think last week kan tak ada elektrik kan. So nanti kalau if you can check back the one that yang tak ada elektrik kat rumah tu, right? If you can check back that one and then you send it to me, the answer, and then kalau dah siap you let me know, because I tunggu you, because the tak electric, I wait for you to go through the things. Once you're done, you let me know so that I can share the answer to everyone. The only thing is because I have not shared the answer to everyone yet. Nanti kalau you dah rasa okay sikit, you just let me know. So that's for Diana. Then I will share the answer. You remember last week we did what exercise that we did? We have one exercise, API call or something that we did last week. This is macam last week juga, right? But this one since everyone is here, we share the answer a little bit by the end, right? So it's just a simple UI, right? You have done it before as well. No, you have done it before, all right? Because it's the same exercise as reactnative, right? But now it's on Flutter. You have to find out how the structure will be in Flutter. Right. To start, I will do with you. Right. To start, I will just do a simple thing with you. I will open Android Studio. Right. I will create this project together. Right. I will create a new project. If you notice, kan, create a Flutter project. If you notice, my structure ni lain sikit. My UI lain, maybe because I'm on Mac. But I think everyone know how it's going to look like on your PC, right? I think your page, this one, they will ask the link, right? They will ask this link, where is the SDK, Flutter SDK. Right. Then after that, then only the application name. So for this one, the application name is called BMI calculator. BMI calculator. And then that's it. I press next. Okay. Ni right for ni lah, cuma for Diana hari tu ada problem dengan Kotlin kan. Okay lah, kita nak cepat, right? We want Java, but other than that, no need to change anything. Right. So that's. Yang package name I will explain to you when we talk about submission. So somewhere next week, all right, you will learn how to publish this app, all right, publish this app to Google Play. Then I will teach you about submission during that week. Okay, so we wait, all right. After we wait, you just make sure that the counter come out first, right? So we wait and everything. Luckily for me, it is fast, right? After I wait, all right, as usual, I will open my emulator. I should have done it before maghrib tadi. Okay, luckily my emulator pun cepat. After that, all right, then I press play. All right. So every time you start a project macam ni lah, you just wait. Right, you make sure that everything is okay. Kalau apa-apa tak jadi, then you have to PM me lah. Sir, tak keluar lah. Right, then but I think everyone run already semalam. Kalau project semalam jalan, today's project should be okay. Okay. Bila dah sudah, then only you start to strategize. Alright, then only you start to think what to do. Alright, so I think I will just berhenti lagi 5 minit. Alright, just 5 to 10 minutes because I think some of your PC, alright, need some time to run this. If you done, you let me know. So kalau dah 3 4 2 3 people already done, I will just give you the rangka, right? But in the real exam, tak ada rangka. Right, in the real exam, you have to find out what to do by yourself, right? So you just make sure that this come out. You let me know what is done. Bila dah 2, 3, bila dah 2 orang lah, bila dah 2 orang okay, then I will give you the plan what you need to do next, and then you try to do it. Yes, so that's the next thing you need to do. Alright, okay, Diana dah dapat lah kan. Okay, so the first one that you need to do is, alright, to make sure that, alright, to make sure you have the boilerplate, to make sure you have the boilerplate code. Alright, boilerplate code. Alright, boilerplate code. So this is the one that Diana shared with everyone, right? Number 2 is create a scaffold. Alright, create a scaffold with a simple hello world first. Alright, with a simple hello world or BMI card. BMI card. Alright, BMI card. Alright, so this is dia mesti macam tu. That's how you start a project in Flutter, right? BMI card. Yesterday we do hello world kan. Now you do BMI card. Alright. So once that's done, then only you think about the UI element. Identify the UI element needed. Right? I will just bagi tahu siap-siap all you have done in class, right? Except for slider. Right? So there is another UI element which is called slider. Ini lah ya, ini sikit. I think this is the slider. The slider yang tak buat lagi dalam kelas. Alright, this is macam kebat lah. Even kat sekolah pun ada kebat. So for you guys, it's a kebat for you guys a little bit. So the slider punya documentation, I will share with you. Right, the slider documentation, I will share with you. Okay, so that's there. At least do number 1 and number 2 first, alright? At least do number 1 and number 2. I will check back with you. Once you done number 1, you number 2, you let me know. Ini bukan pertandingan ya. You can also PM me ya. No need to do publicly or anything. You can also PM. Okay, so number 1 and number 2 done. The reason is because kalau dah 2 orang buat, with 2 orang lah ya. So ada 4 of you. So 2 of you need to do it. Then I will move ahead. Alright, I will move ahead with you guys.
So macam mana nak pergi ke code editor to edit the code? that this
BMI calc, and then you cari lib, and then you cari main.dan. I know kenapa tak keluar kan, semalam pun you have the same problem I think. So it's the file structure is BMI calc, lib, and then main.
Got it, sir. Thank you, sir.
Alright. Aduh. Okay, I will do the first part, which is the one that Diana, the one that Kesavan pin ni. Alright, I will do the first part in 10 minutes. Alright, so if you nak pergi ke apa, toilet break ke coffee ke apa-apa and everything, so I will do the first and the second part lah, alright, first and second part in 10 minutes. Alright, so you cuba dulu, alright, and if you need to go to coffee or anything, dalam masa 10 minit 10:35, 8:35, you ni, alright, you just wait for my presentation lah. So, I bagi jawapan 1 dan 2 in 10 minutes.
Cikgu, want to ask you.
Yes.
Sorry, unless you're busy.
Tak ada.
After, yeah. Okay. So I want to ask, like, macam kita nak buat freelancing kan, macam dekat Fiverr ke. I try myself, put a portfolio and then try to get some the jobs on Upwork and also the Fiverr. Memang susah lah, so nak dapat benda-benda macam simple pun. Dia macam how do I like make sure that we like normally freelancers based on your experience like able to get the job on freelancing basis?
I rasa kan, this is my opinion kan.
Okay.
I think you should freelance in Malaysia first. You join groups kan, because sometimes also kan ada tau macam even myself, now I don't look lah, right. Actually I have my own freelance. Even myself kadang-kadang I macam tak cukup tangan, and then I will ask people if anyone can help me with something. I think I just did it 2-3 months ago. I asked me, but I have my own pool of freelance lah. Maybe I will share with them. So I think you start with that first. Okay. So how do you get that? You kena join group. Actually ada Facebook group. If you go to Facebook group, I will share. I can share with you lah. Macam apa? Startup mama kan? Startup mama and everything. Kadang-kadang they have it. Alright, startup mama. Startup Mama is one. Alright, Startup Mama is one. Another one is this one, programming lama web US. But this one you ni banyak ramai bumi I just tell you ni ramai bumi doesn't mean that you cannot join. Erin join and actively inside the group. But normally the question is in Malay lah, right? Because they do it. So macam semalam pun I kadang-kadang I nampak juga Walid is very active here. Sometimes I saw Walid pun post and everything kan. Kadang-kadang dia tulis lah, alright, I need macam mana. I think I just saw 2 or 3 days ago. I need help to do this and everything for 1 month or 2 months or something. I think that's how you should. Jangan ni you look around the community in Malaysia first. And sebab apa tahu? Sebab why kata freelance? Why kenapa? Because freelancer kan you are never be able to beat harga Pakistan dengan harga India. You will never be able to beat that because orangnya ramai kan. There are a lot. I also kalau I ni kan, I mesti cari hari tu I nak buat slide. So I go to Upwork kan. I look for slide. We always kan, even like I say ni Indonesian got one, right? So I think like macam lagi best Indonesian kan, is nearer and everything, and then they understand the language and everything. But in the end kan, in terms of pricing kan, never be able to beat Pakistan and India. So I don't think that you should aim there. You should aim doing for Malaysia company first, Malaysia people lah, Malaysia people. And then I think you mesti jumpa lah. I think I also berapa kali jumpa. Once a month mesti orang tanya, do you know anyone who do mobile app? Anyone do mobile app like that? Mesti ada punya.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I think I found the Facebook group, so I think I'll join. Laman UI UX.
Malaysia, and then Startup Mama. One more is Startup Mama. Sometimes they give apa? They give gig job lah, right? Gig job. Kalau yang freelancer tu okay, but to be honest kan, I don't think that you will be able to beat Pakistan and everything. But this one kan, freelancing ni is an art tau. So I hari tu pun I dapat satu soalan. I dapat one of this question when I was giving talk to UMT students. Okay. Ini this is software application life cycle. Alright, this is software application life cycle. So I have the same questions last time macam ni. Alright, software ni kan. But you have to remember, this is what they say lah. This is ni. I suka panggil 4D 1T. I think I mentioned it to you as well. 4D 1T. So the first one is define. The second one is design. The third one is develop. The fourth one is test, and then the fifth one is deploy. But it's the same thing, nama je lain. Kan, plan, develop, test is the same thing. But I put there 4D 1T so that it's very easy to remember. Bila you buat freelance, you bukan sahaja kena master, because what you learn, what normally developer knows is only the develop part, maknanya code, right? But freelancing is not about developing only. That's you have to remember. Freelancing is about all these 5 benda. What is define? Define is project management, right? You have to, when we talk about define, it's about project management kan. Kalau if you have a background and everything, you heard that there are 3 things involved, right? You have cost, you have scope, and then you have cost, scope, and time, right? And this also you talk about contract, all right? You talk about change request, you talk about waterfall versus Scrum. You talk about, I think this one we talk about this masa the first week as well. So you try to check back that video, all right? So you need, it's all about that. And then you have the design part. All right, the design part is creating the wireframe. After creating the wireframe, you have to design document, right? Design document. Apa brand lah? They somebody call it brand canvas. I call it brand canvas and everything. And then only after, because dia akan cakap wireframe dulu, alright? You have the wireframe. Lepas wireframe, alright? Then you have the design document, the design guideline. Design guideline and what is different? The wireframe is your contoh. And you have the design document. Design guideline is what color I can use. Tadi I just paid for Canva kejap. Tadi I paid for Canva Plus. So it's something like this. Macam ni kan. Design, the second thing that I nak maksudkan, right? The second is your brand kit. I did. If you do Canva paid, what is your logo? What is the color palette that will be used throughout the application or anything? So yang wireframe tadi contoh-contoh. Right, wireframe is the one that you sketch. Alright. And then from there, normally kan, this is the wireframe. And then from there we have this brand guideline, brand kit. Right? What is the font that going to be used throughout the application? What is the style and everything? So that's the brand guideline, brand kit. Then only you talk about the design document. This is design. Design is the one that you see lah, the one that you see. Dari from wireframe is good. Then based on the design document guideline, then only we create the design. Develop is the one that we learn together. All right. The develop is creating an app. All right. And then testing also. Testing also something you have to know. Testing, you have documentation, documentation, and then if you're talking about kadang-kadang nak cakap load test, security test, different type of test or different type of test and everything. Alright, ada apa? Ada cakap black box lah, alright, monkey test and everything. So all this is another principle. Then deploy, right? If you're talking about deploy, if you remember, I think this one betul-betul I buat dalam kelas you all kan. I saw about how about the maintenance, charge, and then scope, right? SLA. So when you do freelancing kan, it's not only you have to be careful lah. You need, I always give advice, especially kan kebanyakannya bila diorang apa, macam budak-budak baru nak keluar you kan, they call me for talk. Mesti cakap, what apa yang you patut buat ya, kerja dulu ke, should I work or should I do freelance first? So the answer is, if the day that you know all this is the day where you can freelance. If not, you will screw up, you will be screwed. Kalau you tak faham what is called, especially scope kan, if you don't understand about scope, then you will be screwed. They will ask you to tambah. The reason is they will ask you to tambah because you don't understand what scope of work is. If you understand about deployment kan, people will call you at 1 AM, 2 AM. Can you check Because you don't set. This is my SLA. This is the time that you can call. This is it. And then sometimes people will say, hey, bila I call you, I want it to be fixed because you don't set up the SLA. So the day where you know all this is the day where actually you can do freelance lah. So before you do freelance, just be careful. Make sure that you know all this. Kalau tak, you screw up. Okay, you go screw. Kalau normal small gig, okay. Actually benda-benda ni pun dia ada ni kan. Kalau dia cakap, oh, can you help my team? I need extra hand in my team. Ni itu okay. Yang bahaya ni kalau cakap, oh, ada orang datang kat you, dia cakap, I nak buat app ni lah. Just now also somebody came to my office. I want to do this kind of app lah. I want to do app that can book futsal. I was just throwing out idea. Book futsal and look for futsal friends. For you to be able to do that, you have to do all this. Barulah, then only you can do freelance out there. Kalau dia setakat, oh, I need 2 developers to help me, alright, because I am overload for 2 gigs works for 2 months doing this module. That one is that one actually for me is okay. But kalau tiba-tiba orang datang kat you cakap, I have this idea, why not I want to do app like this, how much you will charge? You don't understand the art of all this. So kalau you cakap 5,000, habislah. Alright, it's not 5,000. Right, so that's be careful if you want to do freelance. Be careful. There is this thing which is called gig work, kan? You boleh buat sesaja. I need this to help. I need extra developers to help me. Itu satu benda lain. And then another thing is actually, I have an idea lah. Hari tu pun I kena tau. Actually I did it because of an experience. Dia kata, nak buat food delivery. A lot of people want to do food delivery. It was 3 or 4 years ago. And then in the end, tak jalan. Dia tak jalan, tak bayar lah. So bila tak bayar, then actually rugi apa? I lah rugi kan. Right, so these are the things that you have to be careful if you think of freelancing. Okay, I give 7 more minutes sebab Raj tanya soalan kan, mungkin you terhenti dengar juga jawapan. I give 7 more minutes before I start with number 1, number 2. Friday is the day where you can ask questions that is not related to what we do as well. I think that's what I told you as well. So sometimes if you want to ask module 1 and module 2 also can. Tak apa. Maybe I think that's what I promised. Friday we do that. Friday we do.
Hi, sir.
Ah.
Okay, I got the questions based on this AWS restart.
Hmm.
I got an offer for the is 12 weeks from 9 to 5. Is it worth it to go for this kind of training?
Oh, you bayar ke you dapat?
Dapat, it's a
Kalau
free.
dapat, I think first of all kan, you need to know tau. Because okay, after these 6 months kan, I tell you, you cannot be full stack right away. Alright, you cannot be full stack right away. But what can you do? What should you do first? Because you belajar module 1, module 2, module 3. Alright, module 1 is actually the basic. Okay, we spend a lot of time with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So that's the basic. Alright, so that one, at the end you do Vue.js. Alright. So you have to think, after this course, I nak concentrate buat apa dahulu? Alright, which technology should I concentrate? And then use this as a reference. Alright, use this thing as a reference. Kan? You can either be front-end website, alright. You can either do a back-end API. You can either do database, mobile app lah, alright. Yang ini tak payah lah, right? Mobile desktop app, data science normally, right? So you have to think, So you decide what you want to specialize first. So macam tadi kan, your question is if you get offered this, alright. So for the next 6 months, you concentrate on AWS, alright. You concentrate on AWS. You don't need to worry about app dulu ke, You don't need to worry about website dulu. So you concentrate on the back end. So you choose module 2, which is the back end part. Then I want to concentrate for the next 6 months. What will happen is, alright, it will accelerate you to become a full stack developer, alright. So after, normally mesti like that. Macam Walid kan, I saw because we were looking at Walid punya GitHub just now kan. So I know that based on his, because I give the same advice as well. I know that based on his profile now, alright, kan you see kan, kita tengok apa yang dia buat tu, he decided to concentrate on Flutter, alright, which is what we are doing. He concentrate on mobile first. So normally that's what you going to do lah for 5 or 6 months. Look for the first job or look for macam ni kan, training or something on that one thing first. Lepas dah cukup 6 bulan, once you master the thing, sebab there will be some things that you have to discover first. Then only you ingat balik, oh okay, now I am confident on Flutter or I'm confident on AWS, right? I will take back one of the skills that I learned before. This year, right, 2002, bulan 6, alright, I want to concentrate on, for example, server-side programming. Right? Server-side programming is module 2 kan? Module 2. Normally, kalau AWS module 2 lah. So ni nama server-side programming. So you Node.js and everything. Lepas tahun you kena ada macam 2 tahunnya plan lah, alright, 2 years plan to become full stack. And then tahun depan web or app or something. So my answer to you is, if you get it, then and you decide that the thing that you want to concentrate is cloud, then go for it. You tak boleh cakap, oh I nak buat cloud tapi pada masa depan I nak buat mobile app. That one is very dangerous because nanti you tak concentrate. So you have to decide first, alright, for the next 6 months, what I want to concentrate. Then you concentrate on that. After you concentrate on that, then okay, after I master Flutter, for example, after he master Flutter, he might want to do back end. Normally, I think we talk about Laravel and everything last time as well with him. So I want to do Laravel and everything. So that's I think you should do. So AWS is good, of course. AWS is good. AWS is lah. Kalau you got the class and everything, it's good lah. Alright, it's good and everything. But just make sure that you know what you want to do. Right, you know what. So the first thing is you kena tahu lah apa benda nak buat. So when you do AWS, it means that you stop app for a while and everything. Tadi I tell that because just now I got a question about mobile, kan? So I think you need to choose. You want to focus on mobile or you want to focus on cloud, and then you focus on that for the next 6 months. And then baru macam okay, hari tu belajar, now dah confident and everything. Hari tu ada belajar ni sikit, alright, try to get back and everything.
Oh.
Sebab you ni tahu, bukanlah all of you are beginners. Kalau I boleh lah, kalau I dah 10 tahun buat programming, or macam one of my friend 5 years work kan, I cakap okay, besok belajar buat data science, dia boleh lah macam tu. But for you guys cannot, because you guys baru kan, You cannot simply jump. We jump. When we teach jump. But in the end, I always ask the student, you choose one that you're comfortable with for you to concentrate for the next 6 months. I always say like that to students. And then from after that, then you try to masukkan balik benda lain.
So this AWS by Amazon is a complete training, is it? Like they will teach everything.
Tapi nampak ni apa certified cloud practitioner. I think kan. So dia lah. It looks like is apa once learner have built and everything, they can prepare for AWS. So ini yang basic lah, right? Hari tu kan kita dah buat kan the examination. So everything will start with practitioner. From practitioner ada 3 cabang. One is developer, the second one is the apa system operation, the third one is cloud architect. So this cloud practitioner is for everyone.
Thank you, sir.
So dia you have to think what you want to do. Don't tadi you tanya pasal mobile app kan. So if you decide to construct a mobile app, construct a mobile app. If you decide to construct ni, biasanya susah kalau you buat 3-4 benda. For beginners lah, I say for beginners. Kalau you dah 2 years, you can lah.
At least we need 6 months to decide which part to.
Alright, which path to start concentrate first. Sebab kenapa tahu ada benda lagi tahu, banyak benda lagi you tak tahu. Ya kan, that's why I say okay, I have to figure out what does it mean lah. Dia ada cakap tau, banyak benda lagi tak tahu. So you have to figure out that part. For example, yang ni Flutter I ajar you buat kamera. But when we did expo, I didn't teach you buat kamera. So benda ni now I need to ni dekat sebab this one I use camera, right? So for example you kata okay, nanti ada benda yang you belajar dekat sini you didn't actually some of the things that you learn on Flutter, things that you learn on reactnative also you didn't learn on Flutter because I give you the base and then you decide which one you want to focus.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Actually this one for first we recommend movie companies to learn more and for salary like doing backend like actually after you don't need to after 1 year you can ask for your company. So okay, let's say that okay, you can ask for your company if there is a back end punya job. Normally kalau dalam my company pun lepas setahun kita dah bagi dah. Actually my company is very fast lah. So after 1 year I dah suruh bagi junior developer buat back end. So that's the first thing that you need to know. Before you jump, don't before you look elsewhere, you ask first, you check first, ada tak back end job that you can do. So normally after no need to wait for 2 years. Lepas tahun pertama pun normally for my side, I already asked them to do back end programming. So first of all, don't look elsewhere first. Actually, moving company is I'm not saying about movie company lah. Movie company banyak kriteria kan and everything kan. So you should ask for, if you decide to start with front end, then after 1 month or after 6 months, after 1 year kan, you should think what's next and then you just ask lah, ada tak apa? Actually I want to do back end a little bit. Then they say lah, then go. So kalau if it's not there, then you have to look elsewhere lah. Alright, you have to look elsewhere and everything. And then if you're talking about ni kan, about moving company, this kind of thing actually is very subjective lah. Right? It's very subjective. Macam Hakim, he has been said one of our developers, he has been staying with me, and then he keep learning new stuff. So it depends. So sometimes too, if you work elsewhere, it depends your objective lah kan. If your objective is salary, then maybe you have to look elsewhere. Alright, but if your objective, I don't know, macam startup normally we don't offer good salary package, but sometimes we offer e-source and everything kan. So it depends. So what that one, the second part I cannot explain a lot, right? But the first part you have to know lah, what do you want to learn. Actually you need to wait for 2 years. You can just discuss after 1 year kan, cakap okay, actually I want to do back end a little bit. Kalau tak ada, then what's your plan? So you do like that. For the salary part and everything, is different thing, right? It's not technical, right? It's more on what inside and everything. But if you're talking about looking for mission, you can wait 6 months, okay, or normally 1 year also you can already ask. Okay, Tak apa, I will give you jawapan juga sambil-sambil because I think some you let's target to do it as well. You can ask questions but let's target to us to do this at least by the end of today. Kalau tak kita habis 10:30 pun tak apa. Alright, so remember to start it. Alright, to start this, the thing that Kesavan helped to pin and Diana helped to remind. Alright, so you have to do this first. After you do this, you do. Alamak. Actually kan okay. Okay, let's say that I tersilap tau, alright, I tersilap. Kita buat macam ni kan, STLSS my homepage kan, and then I think you write something here, you might write something here, right? You might write something here. Okay, kalau you dah terbuat tu, alright, kalau you dah terbuat, if you have done this, what I need you to do now is to cut everything that you do here. You cut everything that you do here, right? You copy everything that you do here, and then you put somewhere else. Right? You put on notepad or something, or you put you cut pun macam ni ya. You cut something like this. Right? So tadi pun you tanya soalan, I lupa nak terangkan. Right? Because what we need now, alright, is not STLESS. So that's my fault. I forget to tell you. What we need now is actually STFUL plus STFUL tab. Alright, jadi ada dua benda. One is STLESS tab. One is STFUL tab. So in this case, it's going to be STFUL tab, and then you write here. Then you write macam semalam. Alright, my home page. Allah. Sorry, dia dah ni. Dia dah hang macam semalam. STFUL tab. Alright, then I type my home page. Alright, and then if yang you cut tadi, you replace here. Alright, you replace on the container here. Alright, in case you dah buat kan, whatever that you cut tadi, you replace here. That is going to be like that. Almost sama tapi tak berapa serupa. Almost the same but not really the same. And then I continue lah. Add bar. Alright, add bar. Add bar. Title. Dalam title I will have a text. BMI calculator. And then I will have here body. Alright, body. Text BMI calculator. Right, lupa koma. Okay. Alright, so sama tapi tak serupa. The only difference is the STFUL and STLESS. Right? STFUL and STLESS. And then yesterday we did this as well. Alright, yesterday we did this as well. Kita buang benda ni. Then everything will be almost the same. Right? Everything will be almost the same as yesterday. Just save it and then nanti dia akan keluar. So let me full screen as well. I hope it's clear. The only difference is STLESS, you change to STFUL. So the thing will be the same, right? The thing will be the same.
Scroll atas.
Scroll atas ya, ni. You buang je title, kat atas ni buang title. Okay, boleh anyone get confused somewhere because of STLS and STFUL? Right, anyone got confused somewhere? No, I mean kod berterabur or something because I silap, I lupa nak cakap tadi. Okay, bila dah sudah later I pun tak nak today to be untuk jadi begitu berat. Nanti later I will share, I will explain to you what the difference between STLS and STFUL. So later I will ni. But before we do that, you just ikut je ni. Alright, you know that you need to put from top to the bottom, right? You need to put from top to the bottom. So if you need to put from top to the bottom, right, you need columns, right? Top to the bottom, you need columns. And then once you have columns, then you put all the UI element. You have text here, you have text here. This is just size slightly different. You have text here, you have text here. You have slider, the one that I already shared. You have text here, you have text here, you have button. This one you can use normal button, but if you want some challenge, you can do icon button. Right? If you want some challenge, you can refer to this. Later I give you reference. Later I give you the answer from this code. Okay, icon buttons. Yes, but you can also start with icon button text. Sorry, text button dot icon, text button dot icon, text button dot icon. Right. If you want some challenge, you can use text button dot icon, not icon. If you want some challenge, but if not, you can use the normal text button that we did yesterday as well. Right. If you want, you can like try to decrypt this. And this is some of the skills that freelancer kena ada. Baca documentation. Alright. So before you think of being a freelancer, you have to think, boleh tak baca documentation? That's one of the skills that a freelancer need to have as well. Right. And then actually I add one exercise here, so an application using stateful. Since ni actually ada ni, tapi nanti I explain to you later. Create the structure with scaffold, add scroll view and container and send container column lah, right? Add scroll view, add column with I tambah ni image, right? Jadi ada BMI calculator, ada image, alright. Slider, right? Choose height and weight, and then button, alright. So you can refer to this as well.
Sir, can I share my screen?
Alright.
Nampak macam error, sir. Okay. So which means dia tak buka, dia keluar error. Ada underline macam ni.
My home page. Tengok bawah tu apa dia tulis? Bawah merah ya, merah atas sikit. Atas. Go up a little bit. Lepas ni tak ada semicolon. Lepas ni tak ada semicolon. Dia macam tu.
Semicolon kena buang.
Buang semicolon. Semicolon tu biasanya you akan nampak dekat dalam on press or something. Press play.
Looks like okay, sir.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Alright. Raj pun dah tukar warna kan, so I think Raj got the. Kalau ni exam, alright. Kalau ini exam, alright. Certification kan, you talking about certification, kena ubah lah, right? Colors blue kena ubah je ke colors. If this is an exam, then the colors also need to be the same, right? But normally exam questions black and white normally. Normally exam question black and white because for my side, for example, bila I buat soalan exam, I tak nak budak, I don't want to punish the student. I want the student normally I will give a wireframe. I don't give a UI. Sebab kalau UI kena sebiji, kan kena buat CSS and everything, and padding and everything. So I always give a wireframe normally. But if this is exam questions, then the color need to be red as well. Okay, we give it until 10, 9, 15 untuk you susun. Alright, it will start with a column. Alright, it will start. I will give you one first lah. Alright, it will start with a column. Dalam kolom ada other children. Alright, dalam kolom ada children, and then the first text is BMI calculator. Right, first text is calculator. And then you susun je dahulu. Kalau you takut jangan buat apa, kalau you takut you jangan buat apa, jangan buat, don't do the slider first. Alright, do all the text and the image. Alright, do the text and the image. So now I already showed you how it will be in the column will be. And then you susun je, right? Susun the rest. Okay, so BMI calculator, we care about. The second word is we care about your health, right? I think we care about your health. And then ada apa? Height. Alright, height, text. Hard ni kan. Kita hard code je dulu. Hard code. Jadi what we call hard code lah. Buat je dulu based on the UI. And then you have weight. Alright, you have weight, text. Alright, weight. Alright, weight. Alright. And then after this, alright, after this, kena center kan. I think the UI need to center. Center, is it center? I think it's center. Alright, I think it's center. So this, all of the column need to be center. So you learn already. Put the thing inside. Put the ni. Alright, put the ni inside ni. You put center. Wrap with center. Okay, lebih kurang. Nanti bila size tu besar dia akan turun lah. And then, as per the question, it need to be inside a scroll view, right? A single child scroll view. Alternate enter, single child scroll view. Okay, I stop here. So the next thing, I think, give it another 10 minutes. 9:25. 9:30 lah, right? Give it another 17 minutes. The next thing is the UI, right? The font size and everything. Yeah? Font size, font color, and if you can add a button, all right? And then lastly slider, all right? So the next, when 9:30, I will do the UI, the styling part, all right? I just make sure that you have this structure first. And I think benda ni senang je. I will just put it now lah, right? Image.network. Alright, I will just add an image here. We did this yesterday. Image.network. I just go to Google. Alright, I just put apa? BMI image or something kan. BMI image. I suka letak gambar hati. Alright, heart image. Heart image. Hati kan, gambar hati. So copy image address, right? And then I put it here. Okay, save. Okay, this one can, this one also, if you want, you can put width. Width, for example, 100. 100. Dia kecil sikit lah. Or width 150 or something. Okay, so jumpa jam 9:30. Jumpa jam 9:30. I mean, I will give you the answer at 9:30.
Sir, width 200 tu PX ke atau just 100?
Dia 200 DPI, density per index. Dia letak je 400 kat situ, tak pernah letak PX atau apa. Dia DPI actually, density per index.
Okay, sir.
Hi sir. Sir, can I share my screen or?
Boleh, boleh. Ya. Kan?
Can see my screen, sir? Okay. So I'm not sure why it is like this.
Cuba naik atas merah tu jap. I will request control biasa. You give me control.
Okay, done, sir.
Okay. Atas sekali sikit. Atas. Okay, bersih ya. Jangan tulis tau kat sini macam tadi kan. Failure. This one ya. So under text BMI calculator, jangan cakap dekat mana. For example, you see line 40. Line 40. Actually this one also I think terlebih ni. Material. This one tak perlu ada, dia merah. Okay. I think this one is single quote. Right, not single quote. And then go down. Okay, so this one close this one. Okay. This one this one okay already, expected before this line 40 image network. Oh, this one is ada double quote. Ada double quote. And then sini pun ada tutup double quote. And then ada comma ya. After every widget has a comma. Right? After every widget has a comma. And then try save. Ada lagi ke merah? You see ada merah tak kat tepi? Oh, ni bawah ni banyak merah. Alright, so I think lepas tu, so this one already close a column, this one already close column. Yang ni semua lebih. Alright, this one is everything extra. This one put extra. And then this one single quote, semicolon. Okay, try.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Tadi benda tu berulang. I mean, I think the error is dia berulang.
Sir, how we know that?
You
How?
type. Do you
I-
type?
Oh, okay.
Bila you buka, dia automatic akan buat yang tutup. So I think tadi punya mistake tu sebab you type kan, you tengok code, you type kan. Actually bila dia buka, automatically akan dekat tutup. How do you know dia kena ni lah? Macam you tekan je kan, you tengok. You press here, you tengok, oh ini penutup dia. You press here, oh ini penutup dia. You press here, oh then you know this is the penutup. Tadi kan ada extra kan? Macam kalau I tambah extra dia akan ada merah anyway. So you know by the merah something is wrong because it's red. This is the beauty of Android Studio. It will tell you where you have error. Kalau you buat sublime ke apa, tak ada, you tak tahu kan. Now you know where is your error.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay. Ini dah okay dah ni I think. Alright. Boleh cuba sikit for a button. Dalam masa 5-6 minit I will share with you the others.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
Cikgu, boleh I share screen, sir?
Okay.
Error, sir.
Alright.
Dia masa I letak button, so dia keluar macam error. Kenapa dia...
Yang semalam kat on-press kita buat bracket open curly bracket kan, bracket open curly. Kita tengok balik semalam how we do it. Bracket apa, open bracket open curly bracket, close curly bracket, and then child text kan, child is the text.
Semalam tak masuk kelas, sir.
So
Sorry.
you kena tengok source code. You kena tengok source code semalam. Open bracket close curly bracket, open bracket close curly bracket. I check the source code semalam kan.
Okay. Kat mana, sir? Share source code dekat
GitHub.
GitHub. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so the next one is the style. All right, style, text style, and then you have color, colors dot rate, and then we have font size, right? Ini latihan ya. Font size double dot 32, right? Double dot. Tapi you know, now I'm thinking about it. Apa? Ni tak datang tapi ni revision lah. For ni actually it's a revision, right? For untuk ni it's a revision lah. So revision semua ni untuk Raj, right? So you already saw it, same thing same thing. So kena ingat balik check the code, ingat balik. For style, I nak besarkan sikit. Alright, so text style. Alright, text style, font size 14 for example. 20 pun boleh I think 20 pun boleh. And then I will follow the same style here. Alright, I will follow the same style here. Okay. And then in between there will be a size box. Kan? Kalau if there is no size box, then the thing will be close to each other. So size box height. Alright. So size box yesterday I didn't really explain about it. Kalau you nak jarak kiri ke kanan, then you put width, right? If you want the jarak, if you want the distance left to right, then you put width. If you want top to the bottom, then you put height, right? So height 8. I put it here, right? I put it here. I put it here, right? So everything has a size box, right? Okay, so once this is clear, after this slider, after button dulu after button I boleh buat sekarang lah, right? Because we already did yesterday. It's using text button, alright. Cuma bezanya text button dot icon. When you have text button dot icon, then you have the first one is like this one, curly apa? This is the question. You have to make sure that this is bracket curly bracket icon. I can do icons dot, right? This is something new. I have it on my slide yesterday, but I think I didn't cover it yesterday. Tak apalah buat habis hari ni. So icons dot love ada ke love fave? I think favorite or something. Yep, icons dot favorite. And then label text. Alright, calculate. Kenapa merah? Merah. Create a table. I think why is it open? On press open curly bracket. Icon start favor. Kenapa merah? Why is it red? Why is it red? Code dah banyak. I think I'm pretty confident that the code is correct. Oh, I need to see what's the error message here. Oh, sorry, dia ada icons lagi. Icons dot favorite. Icons dot favorite. Tak apalah, now I teach you then you know. Now I teach you then you know. Right. So color we will do it next time lah, right? Color for the button we do it next time. Kalau tak ni pening kepala lagi, right? Kalau tak ni, after this we focus on the slider first, right? Okay, can update your code. Yeah, I'll give you another 10 minutes, and then after this we put slider. After we put slider, we will calculate the BMI and everything. Yes.
I follow your code tapi ada keluar error dekat saya punya tempat share screen.
You tengok error message line berapa. Kalau jadi macam tu, you have to know which error message which line. So baca bawah. Alright, so nampak dah. So line error message, line icon kan. Text button dot icon ni actually tak cukup tu. I have on press, I have icon, I have child. Dia kena ada icon and child. So tengok balik ya. So you see this. After you were here, you buat sampai sini je. Alright. You perlu tambah ni. You have to add this to the one that I'm
Right. Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay. Apa cakap apa slider, right? Okay, so this is ni lah, right? So the skills that you need, right, to be a freelancer or a developer, to read documentation, right? So kita tengok ya. Jadi again, slider, Flutter, right? I give you reference slider, Flutter. So normally, right, this is the thing that you need to crack your head. Right? You need to you have this, and then you need to crack your head. So how you going to do it, right? Kalau tomorrow I give you another UI, I give you a new. Ni kebat lah, right? Budak sekolah pun kena kebat. You also have to kebat, alright. So you tengok je, where is the slider, alright? Where is the slider? You tengok mana slider? Copy, right? Copy and then paste it. Right. So this is a slider code. Right. So you can use this reference. Sama macam tadi. I will just reshare it just in case. You look for the reference. Right? Normally inside the reference they will always give you a sample code. Right. So if as a developer we need to understand this. Right. As a developer we need to understand this. But if it's too advanced, look at the sample code. Learn from the sample code. This is what we have been doing. When we did bootstrap also, we ambil sample code, we copy, we paste. Ambil sample code, we copy, paste. We always do that. But your main goal is to actually to be able to read this, right? But if you cannot read this yet, learn from the sample code. So pergi dekat slider, right? Pergi dekat slider, alright, and then copy it, alright, copy it, and then paste it. So I need two slider, one here. Oh no, so no, this. One here, right, and then another one here, right, another one here. We add a text size box, and every time after I add a UI, I will add a size box, and then another one here. Okay, and then akan ada benda merah, alright. Akan ada benda merah. So whenever there is a merah thing, merah kat current slider value, it means that it does not understand current slider value. It mesti ada benda tertinggal. So then you go up, oh actually I need to do this as well. So actually I need to do this as well. Alright, so that's how you test first. After you test, this one you put under here. After you test, letak semicolon as well. Letak semicolon. Tengok keluar tak? Up, save, refresh, save, refresh, save. Alright, tak ada. Alright, kalau tak ada, sometimes, alright, we press stop and play. I always tell you, stop and play. So we just after this, kalau tak jadi, press stop and then press play. Okay, so bila stop, I think dia akan keluar lah. Alright, dia akan keluar. Alright, tapi sama. Up, and everything. Gerak, gerak, everything, right? So yang ini, right, macam semalam, right? So before I stop, I will just explain a little bit. Just like yesterday, right? Just like when we do text editing controller, yesterday we did text editing controller kan, we have to link on top and the bottom. So over here also it has to be the same thing, right? So what I'm going to do, one is for the height, so double height slider. Height jangan letak 20, right? Height will be something like 100 kan. So double height slider. Another one is double width slider. Alright, width slider maybe I put something like 60. Okay. So this one is height slider. Alright, height slider. This one height slider. Mana yang nampak ni I buka jadi height slider. And this one is width. Alright, width. And then width slider. Okay, before you you press save, right? Before you press save, you kena jaga-jaga tau. Macam ni kan, height maximum is what? Takkanlah 100, right? Height maximum will be, for example, 200. Right, division buang division is actually dia punya scale 1 2 3 4 5. Weight also you fikir berat maksimum berapa? Well, 200, maybe 140, 160 lah, 160. Division buang, division ni lebih jarak. So once you betulkan the max, right, once you correct the max, then only you press save. Once you correct the max, then only you press save. I put the merah, I think I'm missing something, curly bracket or something. Semicolon, right? So after this need to have semicolon. Okay, so once you have that, dan nanti dia ni lah, alright. Kalau dia gerak yang ni, alright. Kalau dia gerak yang is it still? Yeah. I rasa yang bawah tu ada problem sikit. Let's try one more time. I check back my code. So weight slider, correct. And this one height slider, correct as well, but still have problem. What I'm going to do, I'm going to stop and save. I'm going to stop. So kalau benda kalau ni, I just stop and play. Stop and play. Okay, I want to show you. I think it's because of stop and play. Nanti you pun stop and play, but I will explain to you kenapa kejap kena play, stop and play, kejap kena tak kena. Okay, so ni baru betul lah, stop and play. So semalam, yesterday you see one thing, alright, yesterday you see one thing. The thing that you saw yesterday is when you ubah pubspec.yaml, you need to stop and play. Yesterday, that's what you see. When you change pubspec.yaml, you need to stop and play. Today, the reason why you need to stop and play is because there is this word set state. Set state. This is a little bit almost the same as the thing that we saw on reactnative, right? If you know, you state and you state set state. So if you see the word set state, that's why you need to stop and play as well. Right? Talking about state, I will talk about it during the class. Tak nak pening kepala dulu. Talking about it, I will talk about it during the class. Right? But you just make sure that you boleh gerak dulu. After this, right, I will show the this one remain 170, right? We want it to change according to slider value after this, all right, and then this one as well, and then we will do the BMI calculation. After we do BMI calculation, I will finish the class. I will leave you with the homework, which is showing inside the tools. Show the message inside the tools. Right, so we do this, right? We do this, and then we will calculate the BMI, but that's the end of the class, not that's the end of the exercise. Because I want you to do a small homework by yourself, which is to include Flutter tools at the end. Okay, so next checkpoint pukul 10 next checkpoint pukul 10. Bangi dah sekarang tak hidup sendiri. Ni nak pergi Sabah ni lagi lah. Mana boleh tak boleh ke Bangi. Mampus. Sabah. Okay, 1 more minute. I burn this. Okay, so for this one, all right, this one we saw yesterday, $sign, open curly bracket, close curly bracket. This one I put weight slider, all right, weight slider, dot value, weight slider, dot value. I think ikut bawah pun nanti boleh actually, round dot string. I think boleh ikut bawah tu, weight value dot round dot string. Ikut je bawah, but we learned this yesterday already. We learned this yesterday already, which I tell you, it's related almost the same as the interpolation, the one that we did last week in JavaScript, right? Almost the same. So same thing as well over here. This is height slider value dot round dot to string. So if you call it pendeknya, alright, dia akan bergerak sama, Why? No, because it's slider tadi. Budak-budak. I think we can set mean value as well, but that's out of question. So you adjust the max you can adjust. I think 200 also mana ada. I think 200 some people tinggi. So you tengoklah record of the world or something. Okay. So that's the last one. We calculate the BMI. You know how to calculate the BMI already because we have that formula on module when we did ni. And then you know already 18 apa, 18 ke bawah, 18 ke 25, 25 30 to 30 and above, you know what's it. Yesterday I got Omicron balik Paris last time, kan masa yang minggu cancel tu. And then they called me on the 10th day. Dia cakap, because I was home quarantine. On the 10th day, they asked me to go ni. They said, Omicron, cik kena pergi klinik kesihatan. And then they said, actually, kalau BMI tu lebih, luckily that I go klinik kesihatan on the 10th day. Kan we have to quarantine 14 days. So 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So on the 11th day, they call on the 10th day, they said, 11th day, cik kena pergi klinik kesihatan. And then I go to klinik kesihatan, apparently they said that BMI, kalau lebih 30, alright, kita dah belajar kan, right? If you lebih 30, automatically have to go to pusat quarantine, cannot do at home. And then the guy said, tak apa cik, saya adjust lah cik punya berat, so that cik tak apa BMI cik lepas tak payah quarantine ni, because if not, it will be wasting of time to go to ni 2 hari and everything. So that's by BMI, cerita BMI. Apparently if your BMI lebih 30, obviously my BMI lebih 30, then you cannot quarantine at home already. Automatically you have to quarantine at pusat quarantine in MIPS. So that's what I just learned. Not that I learned my BMI is more than that. I learned that actually kalau kena COVID, BMI 30 ke atas kena pergi quarantine center. So maybe these are the app, the kind of app that they have, alright. If BMI is bigger than 30, this is the kind of thing that's happening on their system at the back end. Okay, so I give you another, I think ni cepat 5 minutes, and then after this we will calculate the BMI. We will show it on the print, alright, the one that we did yesterday, we show it on the print, and then I leave you with the homework, alright, which is to show it on the toast, right? To show it on the toast.
Cikgu nak tanya. So, for example, dekat atas tu kan, kita macam nak letak yang tak dekat height slider value yang kita letak variable kat atas tu, height and then equals to $ height slider value kan. So possible is it kita boleh letak macam like for example kita set a variable dekat bawah and then equals to value height slider dot round blah 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 and then kita call variable kat atas tu dekat
Boleh, tapi takut you confused with the curly bracket and bracket. The more you go down, then the more you get confused with the curly bracket and bracket. You kena tahu lah where you have to put it. You need to know where you have to put it dekat bawah. Kan? Right, but you need to know, oh, it has to be here. Siap mana? Ini ke sini? Do you know where is it? So if you don't want to get confused, then you always put after the first curly bracket. Jadi kan, kat mana ni? Is it here? Alright, is it here or is it here? Takut you confused.
Okay.
So might as well just you know already. Oh, it's always after class. It's always before build. So letak je kat situ. But it will work if you know where to put it. Actually, I think it's. I also don't know. I think it's here. Right? I think no. This is widget.build. It has to be. It has to be here. It has to be here. I also confused. I also confused. Alright. But if you know, it has to be here. But also I also don't know. Right? I also don't know where to put it. So nak selamat letak dia dekat atas. It has to be inside the right. Programmatically it will work, but you will get confused lah because you don't know which curly bracket it is.
Got it, sir.
Okay.
Yang
Kalau tiba-tiba ada on press, lagi curly bracket you akan lagi banyak kat bawah tu. Right? Sometimes you know, on press is always a curly bracket. Okay, the BMI, right? The BMI, var BMI, all right? Var BMI equals to brand weight slider dot weight slider dot double weight slider dot round. Saya dot round pun boleh. Divide by height value underscore height value height slider dot round. Alright. Yang ini boleh kuasa 2. So kuasa 2 if I'm not mistaken boleh buat macam ni terus. Cannot, sorry. Then I have to use math.power. I have to use power. Power. And then if you remember, yang ini kena bahagi 100. Why kena bahagi 100? Because it has to be in meter. Alright. There will be an error message here, right? Because I need to import math. Import package math, right? Package math. Once I import package math, then the power can be used. Sorry, power comma 2. I want this, alright, untuk power 2, kuasa 2. Macam you punya math.power, macam math.power. Right. So this one I leave it there, and then after I do it, I will do print BMI. After I do it, I will do print BMI. Okay. Oh, semicolon. Semicolon. So I put my screen there. If you need the import, this is the import. So I put the screen dekat bawah. So if you need my import, then the import is inside slide lah. So you boleh bandingkan. Okay, if you get this, I cepatkan ni sebab I want to upload my code as well. So kalau you boleh curi-curi lah if something read. Kalau boleh don't copy paste everything. Kalau boleh you curi-curi dekat warna merah aja. Right, whenever that's red you curi-curi. So by now, right, by now what's the result will be? By now what's the result will be is when I press the thing, all right, so I put 100. This one also then, press calculate, right? As you know yesterday kan, inside logcat, all right, inside logcat, I should see, all right, inside logcat, I press play, biar dekat bawah kan, inside logcat, I press calculate, I think the logcat tak cukup ke bawah lagi. Okay, biarkan ya. So if I press calculate, alright. There, 29.41, 29.41, right? 29.4. You see the number, 29.41. So that's the BMI, right? Jadilah ni but actually I can ni. If you want, you can change this to debug. Right? If I'm not mistaken, change this filter. No, very possible. To tak ada juga tak ada juga no, sorry, I said something tak boleh. Alright, so you tengok lah, you have to tengok lah 29.4. Oh, actually sorry, you can filter here BMI underscore count. Right, so if you filter BMI underscore count, then it's going to be the log from the app. Right, if you don't put it, actually the biru thing is actually coming from the emulator. If you put bmi.count, then it's going to be the log from the app. Right, so that's the end result as of now. Okay, and then I will give you what I need from you, right? What I need from you before you publish the app, before you submit the code. And this app will be this app is the app that we're going to learn how to publish to Google Play. So you better make it cantik, right? You put color or everything because this is the app that you're going to learn how to publish to Google Play. Right? So what I need to do is you just add logic, all right? So underweight, normal, overweight, and obese. All right, so this one you refer back. I think it's below 18, 18 to 25, 25 to 30, right, and then 30 and above. All right, so this is the logic, and then show it, right, in a dose, right, and if possible, you you show it without the decimal, right? Because now what I have is 29 dot right? If possible, show you the decimal. All right, so that's I would say what you need to do to complete this project. I will stop now. Before I stop, I will publish this code to give me 2 minutes. I don't know why I stopped projecting. But I stopped projecting. I want to stop the app actually, not stop projecting. I will publish this source code to GitHub, alright, so that you can verify. Dia makin hujung, I makin tak kena code. Last time, if you remember, I always kena code the source code. But I think in the end, you already get it already. Okay. I nampak pun tadi sikit-sikit lah, right? Sikit-sikit tertinggal and everything. So that's why I say just to verify kalau ada bracket tak cukup, semicolon tak cukup and everything. Right, so let me give you 1 or 2 minutes to publish the code to GitHub. Okay, so the code is updated to GitHub. This is the link, alright. So you can use it to verify. Kalau ada benda-benda yang lari sedikit, you use it to verify, and then complete it a little bit. Complete it. So the last two questions is actually revision questions, and it even come out on the test just now. It even come out from the test just now. Okay, so that's it for today. For next week, at the moment we do Monday and Friday, Wednesday first. Monday and Wednesday first. Tuesday I will confirm with you. But I think at the moment we just stick Monday and Wednesday first. I nak tengok juga jadual tu. Right? So we confirm on that first. Tuesday I view dulu. Nanti I update to you. Okay, any questions? Right, semalam you tak datang, sorry. Actually, next week my company ada team building, right? My company ada team building. I tak boleh nak ni lah, right? I have to be with them because as you know, COVID dah 2 tahun tak ada COVID semalam itu. COVID dah 2 tahun tak ada team building, so I have to layan. Because I have to reward them, right? So actually it was impacting Thursday and Friday for me, right? So the team building was impacting Thursday and Friday. So if possible, that's why I don't want to cancel lagi lah. Normally I always cancel. I cancel, right? But my suggestion is to do Monday, Tuesday and Wednesday same time. But actually Tuesday also is doubtful. I need to check something, and I need to check. But we stick Monday and Wednesday first. I think that one is okay. Friday, Thursday tak ada. And then I will check Tuesday. I think Tuesday is doubtful a little bit. And then I want to check berapa banyak I kena tinggal, berapa banyak, what is the last so that the end date it has to be, if not mistaken, tak kacau the Chinese New Year, right? I need to do that first, then only I will let you know, right? So that nanti boleh dia tak kacau Chinese New Year. Alright, so I see you next week. I see you Monday. Right, I see you Monday. If you have any questions, you let me know. But over the weekend now I'm tired a little bit. Monday lah, right? Monday